The novel The View from Saturday by American author Elaine Laubel Konigsburg was published in 1996 and received the prestigious Newbery Medal for Outstanding American Children's Literature in 1997, marking Konigsburg's second win of the award. She is among just 6 writers to have achieved this honor twice, with her first Newbery Medal awarded for From the Mixed-Up Files of Mrs. Basil E. Frank Weiler in 1968. Before transitioning into a prolific writer of children's and young adult fiction, publishing over 20 works between 1967 and 2007, Konigsburg worked as a science teacher and resided in Florida for an extended period. Her experiences in both fields influenced her writing of The View from Saturday. The narrative centers around Mrs. Eva Marie Olinsky, a teacher at Epiphany Middle School, tracing her journey from the initial days of teaching 6th grade to ultimately clinching the National Academic Bowl Championship with 4 of her students. Mrs. Olinsky, a paraplegic following a car accident a decade ago that claimed her husband's life, grapples with anxiety upon returning to teaching, exacerbated by 2 homeroom students who exploit her vulnerabilities and ridicule her physical challenges. Instead of conducting tryouts, Mrs. Olinsky handpicks her academic bowl team based on her personal assessments, comprising Noah Gershom, Ethan Potter, Nadia Diamondstein, and Julian Singh. The story delves into the emotional growth each student undergoes before joining the team, alongside Mrs. Olinsky's own evolution during the selection process. Noah, characterized by his intelligence and penchant for quoting facts, embarks on a visit to his grandparents residing in a retirement village in Florida. During his stay, Noah assists his grandparents in organizing a wedding for their friends Izzy Diamondstein and Margaret Draper, fellow residents of the retirement community. When Izzy's son, Alan, sustains an injury, Noah steps in as a stand-in best man. Engaging with a retiree, Noah learns calligraphy and aids in crafting invitations, some of which bear unintended cat paw prints. Deciding to gift recipients of these unique invitations, Noah generously bestows cherished gifts received from his grandparents and their acquaintances when the time for presenting gifts arrives. Nadia, the granddaughter of Izzy and the daughter of Alan, is facing the aftermath of her parents' recent divorce. Spending the summer in Florida with Alan, who resides near the newlywed couple Izzy and Margaret, Nadia grapples with feelings of distress and resentment. She is troubled by the divorce and frustrated by the sense that others are privy to more information about her parents' choices than she is. Meanwhile, Izzy and Margaret are deeply engrossed in safeguarding loggerhead turtle nests and aiding turtle hatchlings, a cause Nadia once delighted in before her parents' separation and Izzy and Margaret's union. This summer, overwhelmed by emotions of rejection and anger, Nadia withdraws and refuses to assist with the turtles, particularly aggravated by the presence of Margaret's grandson, Ethan, who appears to receive preferential treatment. Seeking to console Nadia, her father arranges a trip to Epcot Center at Disney World. However, a storm threatens the coast the night before their excursion, endangering the turtle nests. Urged by Izzy, Nadia, armed with her knowledge of turtle behavior, comprehends the peril and sets aside her grievances to aid her father, Ethan, Izzy, and Margaret in rescuing the hatchlings, ensuring their safe journey to the Sargasso Sea. This transformative experience leads Nadia to realize the universal need for assistance and support during life's transitions, extending this understanding to her father as well. Ethan, Margaret's reserved grandson overshadowed by his high-achieving older brother, embarks on a significant journey on the bus ride to Epiphany Middle School when he encounters Julian, a new student who chooses to sit beside him. Initially resistant to the companionship, Ethan observes Julian's unique traits and correctly anticipates the potential for bullying due to Julian's background and appearance. Despite his initial hesitations, Ethan takes a stand when he witnesses a bully targeting Julian, rushing to his defense. Subsequently, Julian extends a cryptic invitation to Ethan through a note, referencing a page from Alice in Wonderland. Joined by Nadia and Noah, Ethan becomes part of a new tradition, a weekly 4 o'clock tea at Sillington House, the residence of Julian and his father, who is in the process of establishing a bed and breakfast. Julian's odyssey commences from his early days aboard cruise ships, where his parents, particularly his mother who passed away years ago, and his father, a chef, were employed. Eventually, his father decides to purchase Sillington House and relocate them to Epiphany, aiming to establish roots and launch a bed and breakfast. Despite facing bullying fueled by racism and xenophobia, Julian's unwaveringly cheerful demeanor and courteous nature stand out. Recognizing the kindness in Ethan, Nadia, and Noah, Julian extends an invitation to tea, leading to the formation of a close-knit group named the Souls. Observing the mistreatment of Mrs. Olinsky, their homeroom teacher, by the same individuals who targeted Julian, the Souls unite to support her. Meanwhile, Mrs. Olinsky grapples with selecting her team for the academic bowl, effortlessly choosing Noah, Ethan, and Nadia, but facing a dilemma with the fourth member. Initially considering a cunning bully due to his intelligence and popularity, Mrs. Olinsky witnesses his malicious behavior during a school performance of Annie, prompting a change of heart. During the play, Nadia's dog, Ginger, lands the role of Sandy, drawing Izzy and Margaret from Florida to witness the show at Sillington House, where they are accommodated. Given Margaret's past as a school principal and her friendship with Mrs. Olinsky, the latter visits Sillington House post-performance. Witnessing the Souls engaging in compassionate and respectful conversation, Mrs. Olinsky discerns her final choice for the academic bowl team, Julian. As the academic bowl unfolds, the Souls triumph over 6th, 7th, and 8th grade competitors, clinching the district championship and progressing to the regional stage, ultimately securing a spot in the finals. Mrs. Olinsky rediscovers her confidence, quelling the bullies in her class and relishing the support from the student body. The Souls emerge victorious, guided by Mr. Singh's wisdom, as Mrs. Olinsky comprehends the rationale behind her team's selection. Each member, including Mrs. Olinsky, discovers kindness and respect within themselves and others, culminating in their success as a cohesive and triumphant team. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.